Okay. A man lived as a nun for 22 years.
I get it.
That's the craziest thing. It'd be crazy to walk by like a group of nuns and be like, I think that one had a beard.
Well, when you see the picture.
Yes. Oh, well,
boy.
I mean.
Oh, my.
For 22 years, Frank Tavares was successfully able to live as a nun in the Dominican Republic. He was known as Nun Man.
Okay, so they did know he was a man.
Here's what happened. He was placed in the care of nuns at the age of 4 after his parents passed away.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Really dark.
What? Tell me.
No. As a young boy,
he was.
his genitals were so small, he had trouble finding them.
Okay.
See?
Chuck can relate.
Yeah, I get it. Give me one of those hats.
You're a nun now.
Give me a hat. I don't know what they're called.
So they raised him as a girl at the convent
My goodness.
because of his undetectable
They
genitals.
there was
So
nothing there.
It looked like a Taurus.
It was just a Taurus.
Yeah, it was like a mini Taurus.
It wasn't until the age of 7 that his genitals finally had a growth spurt
Oh, thank God for that.
and he realized he was a boy, but he continued to live as a girl to avoid being cast out because that's all he knew then.
Oh, yeah. I'm waiting for that growth spurt.
Doing everything in his power to conceal his true gender identity because he went by Sister Margarita.
They couldn't give him a better name
That's a
than
tough
Sister
name,
Margarita.
too. It sounds like it sounds like a gay drag performer.
Please welcome Sister Margarita!
I mean, that's what it sounds like. Like I made it up myself.
What's your name? You're like, Sister Margarita.
Sister Margarita. I think I'm going to go with Sister Margarita.
Sister Margarita!
It does. That's what it seems like.
There she is! Please welcome Sister Margarita!
She's a beautiful.
God, he's a gorgeous. He is one sexy bitch. Yeah, man. That's wild.
Yeah, but his mini Taurus.
That's cool about his growth spurt there.
Oh, that's the
saved
best
him.
news I've heard. Thank God for a growth spurt.
So again, in order to not be kicked out of the convent, he went along with the whole Sister Margarita thing. He never bathed in front of the other ladies. He only wore boxer-style panties. He faked his periods.
Whoa, dude.
How you do
Don't
that?
gotta do that.
Catch up. You
What's
gotta
with
cut.
that?
You gotta cut your hand.
And he wore oversized dresses. 2 decades later, finally his cover was blown.
Sister Margarita.
He's a man.
How are you? I am a Sister Margarita.
I thought you were a lady.
It turns out I have been lying to you and to myself.
So then 2 decades later, his cover was blown. He was forced to leave the convent, and then he finally started living like a man. Now, it's also worth noting that during his time as a nun, he managed to get one new nun pregnant.
How are you?
Oh,
I am
geez.
Sister Margarita.
She knew.
Yeah,
That's
she
crazy.
figured it
I
out.
was aware.
Yeah.
Today, at the age of 73, as you see there, he now works as a tailor. He uses the seamstress skills he learned as a nun.
That's the craziest story I've ever heard in my life.
Isn't that nuts?
It's crazy.
That is crazy.
It's wild.
Somebody had to be like, I think that nana looks a lot like a Richard Belzer. What's up with that?
Pitting Amish.
I mean, he was a homely nun.
Yeah.
With a mustache,
Yeah,
but
I
maybe
mean,
some
the
nuns do
facial
have
hair.
mustaches.
Honestly,
Some nuns probably do have facial hair,
they
That's
do.
a lot.
Because
Yeah,
they're
they
probably
do.
not allowed to groom to
I
like
have a full
I don't
goatee.
know.
the vanity thing, right?
I don't know about that.
I know the nun rules over there.
I don't know.
either. Can we hear from him?
Well,
Because I
there's
wonder if his voice is like Sister
Like,
Margarita
"Yeah,
that
how
you're
are
doing.
Dígase de género.
This is not
So
him.
this
Sí,
isn't
¿no?
him. We'll let you know when he
Usted vivió
starts
como
talking
mujer,
here.
pero vivió como mujer religiosa.
This is
Here he
him.
comes.
se confundían en aquel
Oh, you're right.
What?
You're
What's up with
right.
that?
How are you?
He speaks. I wonder if because he talked like that for so long, he just
Maybe he's
You think it's because
no,
of his
you,
mini
oh,
Taurus?
because
Think
of
about what makes your
the
voice
small balls
right.
or something.
Yeah, I think you nailed it.
hasta los mismos padres se confundían. Y así, por eso los médicos, cuando mi padre, mi papá, mi mamá
yeah, no, that's
querían
it.
que se identificara el sexo, iba a donde los médicos, los médicos
probably easy
decían,
for
no,
him.
déjenlo,
I mean, it's
que
terrible
crezca.
stuff, but
Después,
Fake
con el
it.
crecimiento,
Se
se
irán dando
va a
cuenta.
identificar. Sí.
Hay dos condiciones que son referentes biológicas.
Wait,
What a crazy show. That guy's like, that's crazy, right?
yeah. Yeah. I got to be honest with you. I have a ponytail.
Y una cosa
I don't
¿A
understand
qué
this
edad?
at all.
4 años.
Wow, pero
Yeah, I mean, he's got like some genetic stuff.
There's some
Yeah.
stuff up. There's some stuff up there.
You don't want a mini Taurus.
No.
I don't. I mean, unless.
but it grew and he got someone pregnant, right?
Yeah.
he
So-
definitely got it in there somehow.
That's crazy. One of those other sisters was like, Sister Marguerite.
I'm going to let me. I am going to hump on you.
So weird.
Yep, that is weird stuff.
His love story with that nun, Sylvia, ended when she left for the United States after he decided to end their relationship so he could keep his sanity. He never met their child, but he still considers that woman the love of his life.
Well, he had one love, so. That into Jesus.
I'm sure she doesn't tell anyone that story. Huh?
Yeah. No,
She had baby with the lady,
That's crazy.
the man nun.
Yeah, the man nun. My father was a man nun. Named Sister Margarita. He's on a podcast tour right now talking about how little his genitals were growing up.
Your life story is a crazy.
He's got the voice of a cartoon mouse.
Is it true that your papa had a small balls, as Lisa Way called him, his small balls?
He was like a Taurus, you know?
Oh, the Taurus.
Yes.
Mini Taurus.
My father, the man nun, Sister Marguerite. My mother had a sex with him.
Was your mother? I have a question. It's a little personal. Was your mother into just like a more manly woman, and he pull a fast one?
I don't know. I think she just opened her heart, you know? To Sister Margarita, man nun, my father.
He's a very attractive man.
He's on a podcast tour right now.
He's a mustache maker, not a much
Because
saint.
he grew up, right? So that
Oh, yeah.
the son
That's
of the man
horrible.
nun.
Yeah.
Yep.
What's his
Tough.
story?
Don't ask me about my father. You want to know?
Yes.
You want to know?
Yes!
Your dad's on TV.
My dad was a man nun. Named Sister Margarita.
That doesn't make sense.
Get out of town.
He was. He was.
Get out of this town.
He looked like a Richard Belzer. What? But he doesn't sound like him.
Let me see picture of your dad.
Look at him.
Whoa.
That's him.
He's a nun.
I know, a man nun. My father, Sister Margarita.
Did he come up with the name himself? Is he still known as Margarita?
That's not even right, Sister Margarita.
My God.
Oh, yikes.
Okay. His real name, though, is Frank.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's Frank.
Frank Tavares?
Yeah, that's his real
Okay.
name.
That's just
So,
Frank.
That's what I said.
That was when my
No, I know,
father,
I
Frank,
just-
became
all I-
Sister Margarita.
Right. I mean, so when you're a nun, they just give you a name?
yeah,
Well, I'm
you,
sure-
Yeah, you just pick like a
Yeah.
sister, a nun
It's just
name.
Nun name.
You
yeah.
do?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if they pick it for you or you pick it yourself. I don't know.
My name isn't Frank. What do you want to call me?
Sister Margarita.
I think I will take that.
That's the craziest thing I've ever heard, man.
It's wild. That is wild.
I
is.
don't
The whole
like
story's
talking
crazy.
about my father.
I mean,
He was a man nun named Sister Margarita.
and he was amazing at sewing. He made all their uniforms and all of their clothing and their hats. When he became Frank again, He became a tailor in the local city. He is 73. I have a much deeper voice than my father.
When he became Frank again.
Yes. He had to.
That he lived his life as a
Listen,
Frank.
you can read about this whole man-nun story and learn more about it. See the pictures for yourself at daveandchuckthefreak.com and links through our social media as well.
I would almost do anything to discover Frank's family
It's crazy.
and hear from them.
Yeah.
It sucks.
They're in hiding for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no, you can never tell anyone.
We are going to America.
Got far away.
Frank going to America. The movie. Yeah.
I'm looking for my son.
Nun Man goes to America.
Frankie's a Sister Margarita.
Because my whole thing is I am really trying to figure out if it was like a lesbian nun who was like just wanted a little bit more masculine feel, and he was putting that off.
No, I think the jig was up. Like,
Yeah?
he told Sylvia, and he obviously put his wiener in her, and so they.
Oh, we don't know.
My mother and father were two nuns.
Things that have never been said before.
My mother and my father. Both nuns.
My mother was a nun and my father was a nun.
What?
Sister Margarita. My
Story of this Dominican man who
My
lived
God.
as a nun for 22 years is also featured in at least 2 books. One called The Undressed Nun.
Oh.
Yeah, that is a tough name.
That's wild.
I was a
Crazy,
nun,
too.
and then I look like Anthony Bourdain. When I became Frank again, I went for more of a Anthony Bourdain.
Well, even it looks like Anthony Bourdain was like disguised as a nun.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I wear the sunglasses. I tell them I will wear them as a Sister Margarita.
Yeah.
I am here to try all your food.
Crazy story. Again, go check it out. daveandchuckthefreak.com.